evening, folks. You're watching DRG TV. I'm Matt. This is Paul. This is Chewbacca. I'm going to keep going. Right. First of all, this isn't a follow-on from our Tale of Four Wargamers. We're doing another video for that tomorrow.
I'm sure they can see the title. You know that.
And the fact that Daz isn't here.
And the fact that Daz isn't here. Yeah. So one thing that after that video did come out is a few people commented and went, "Why isn't one of you doing death?" And the answer was, if you watch the video where we were trying to help me select an army, is I went, "I don't like any of the death models."
It's not that all of them are bad. It's just that
I didn't like any of the particular ranges.
a lot of the older ones are a bit aging.
But the problem was,
the question is, who's feeling stupid now?
me. Because if that news had come out 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have looked at my dinosaurs riding dinosaur ghosts. So I just wouldn't have done. And now I'm looking at other ghosts. So I'm sticking with the army I've already chosen.
It also fits the theme of that we did do it based around the start collecting boxes, and
Yeah, there won't be one, but yeah, they're brilliant, aren't they?
Lovely.
And I have a new favourite sort of model idea, which is the Hangman's Ghost carrying, what's it called, a gallows, surrounded by more ghosts. It's badass.
It's just spooky. I think Games Workshop really turned up the spooky. They should have released these at Halloween. Let me tell you.
They'd have just kind of gone, right, dude, what do you find scary? Ghosts, cool. What do you find scary? Oh, those people with the masks, with the whole gallows. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty scary. What about if we had a ghost one with a gallows and it's just literally like they've done a formula of what the hell's creepy. And the only thing that could make it any more creepy is if it's sat on jack-o'-lantern.
As I say, Halloween. They should.
You do realise that someone's
they're going to be way too many Halloween themed.
Yeah, but I guarantee either puppets or somebody like that do jack-o'-lanterns and stuff like.
One of the companies do because
I can't remember which one it's called. Is it either puppets or?
I don't know.
Citation needed.
Yeah.
Put it here.
No, he's not googling it.
Vicky can. So, we're not going to do like a big review of this was because for a start we weren't there. Where were you?
Working.
Yeah, at work.
I can't remember what I was doing, but I wasn't there.
Probably changing the baby.
That's probably. I know. I quite like the one we've got. God, that's a long joke. Change the baby. No, I like this one. I'm attached to him. Yeah, so we weren't there. So, and there's millions of other people have covered. You've all seen it because you've all got access to the internet. So we're all going to talk about what we like, what's jumped out at us, rather than a blow by blow thing.
Yeah.
So, who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go first. I guess a good starting point for what I really enjoyed was to look at the new law that they're threatening.
With AOS.
Yeah, with AOS. So they're not, obviously they've not directly said what's, they've not like published articles and books saying here's everything that's changed already. Maps.
They have done a few maps for
which
the regions, for the...
That's what they have said.
Yeah, they have said maps.
For the realms
maps.
Which
is good. I like that sort of thing, helps build up an idea of where you're going. You want to picture my guys are fighting sort of here or whatever. But what I really like the look of is the new Stormcast chamber. Because models-wise, that's brilliant. But lore-wise, it's a nice progression. Magic is sort of, a big part of the universe, so they should have putting the Stormcast having a bit of a forefront in that if they are the sort of poster boy army. But what I really like is the look that they have with that, in that what they've announced models wise is both the wizards and the artillery.
Yeah.
In that they're both very, there's a mechanical and there's a magical. And together sort of screams to me that one of the directions they want to take it, particularly probably with the Stormcast and with a lot of humans, would be that magic is something that's almost scientific, something that can be categorized, something that can be predictable, something that's utilized like technology.
But wasn't that already the case with the Empire? Wasn't it like the schools of science? You sort of
schools of magic,
schools of science, because you got that cart thing, the one with all the. Like it was
the celestial,
so it sort of costume magic and the big laser.
Yeah, the light being one.
But they
magnifying glass laser.
That was magic science, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did have a separate one for engineers, which was more of the artillery. But yes, I would. There felt to be a leaning towards it. So I like that. That's me. If they progress it that way, because obviously we don't know. There's nothing to say they are. But that sort
It's been strongly hinted, hasn't it?
Yeah, that kind of to release those models at the same time. Sort of says to me, and we had one of the previous models from the Malign Portents event recently.
Yeah.
That was the
big engineer.
big engineer with the hammers, and
Yeah.
again, sort of.
It was like the guy with the sterling moustache.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Best
brilliant,
moustache
lovely
ever.
moustache.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of character, and that's what I think. That's what the Stormcast really need is a bit more character.
Well, there's the new Ghostbusters one announced as well.
Yes, which
Hoovering up a ghost.
Yes.
yeah, that looks like good.
That's
Which
My question is, what do they need more souls for?
Because they don't have any of their own.
Yeah, which was going to be my second point to the new law.
Is that genuinely why you think they're hoovering up souls?
I haven't got a clue. It's just.
Yeah,
Oh right, you've just thrown it out there.
Yeah.
but no, it's
Like
good.
we did with our predictions video where we threw so much that half of it ended up sticking.
Yeah, I did actually.
Sorry, Lewis.
But that was going to be my other point was they're obviously bringing death up to the forefront to be the big bad, almost to the Stormcast.
Yeah.
Which, from what's been written now, what's sort of been announced, and what's come from previous things like Shadespire, is sort of hinting that through the Stormcast's reforging and dying and being brought back by Sigmar, they are avoiding death. Which, has previously, as with Shadespire being a city that avoided death by keeping souls in mirrors, kind of sort of really upsets Nagash. Because he seems to be a bit touchy about kids, coming in on his turf, taking his souls without asking. So
My luck is telling you that I know nothing about
about the law.
shit. So I'm just like,
yeah.
Kids and mirrors. Damn them.
But part of the reason that I think it's Steelheart's champions, the first warband, were going to Shadespire was to look for a cure, as it were, for their reforgings, in that the Stormcast lose a lot of emotion and sort of feeling when they get reforged. So
What happens if they get reforged too many times? What happens?
I don't. There's nothing so far. It's sort of hinted at that they just kind of just don't feel. Something's off.
They just get a bit depressed.
Yeah, probably not even depressed because I don't think they can feel that. They just kind of get a bit.
Empty.
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh.
They just need a cuddle.
which is why they're stealing all the souls. They eat them themselves.
Hashtag Hugger Stormcast.
Definitely a thing.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Yeah, definitely a thing.
Oh, the huge
Hashtag-
alley, come on.
But I like.
Like, what are they, like 9 foot tall, genetically engineered super soldiers in armour? Cool. Oh,
Yeah,
that's new, isn't it? So- Sorry.
but to follow on with that comparison, they to me feel very similar to the Eldar in 40k. In that they have this relationship with cheating death because of something they fear.
That's the
Almost.
Soul Stones, isn't it?
Soul
Yeah, the
Stones.
soul
So-
stones for the Eldar holding.
Yeah, so
So
Slanesh can't get them.
Yeah. Similar sort of thing where they
Okay.
are
Okay.
out of the loop from death because of a reason, which is a different reason, but it.
You like this, don't you? I can tell.
Yeah,
You're
I
excited.
like what really excites me about it is this potential for the Stormcast to not just be. To be honest, they felt bland when they came in. They just felt a bit generic heroes.
I thought they were
in Golden Dawn.
shoehorned.
Almost, yeah.
Mm.
Whereas now there's this sort of darker side to them that they aren't perfect beings, which reflects on people in general. But it's sort of there's this sort of thing that haunts them.
Well, Games Workshop have always been a big fan of their sort of, like the Space Marines or certain like guard heroes and like the Inquisitors and stuff is then always tortured heroes.
Yes.
Like, they're
It's never black and white. There's that lovely grey area.
Yeah, I mean, considered to be the most nicest of the Space Marines are the Salamanders, who even then they're still a bit dodgy.
Yeah, there's very few good Space Marine chapters that are willing to help,
Yeah.
the Imperium forward. Well, help civilians. They're willing to progress the ideals, but not
Mm.
individuals don't matter.
Yeah. But I think that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think.
They've also, with a little data sheet they've put out of one of the models, like it might actually be the bloke with the gallows on his head. They put out a data sheet on their community site for the rules he gets, and one of them was he gets a sort of lifesteal effect where if he kills a model, you get, I think you can give a unit nearby wounds back or models back or something like that, but you can't exceed a D3 roll or something like that. There's a rule for bringing models and wounds back by killing, which kind of makes sense for a death.
But they're changing the rules already then for points for reinforcements.
Who knows with exactly how they're listing it.
Yeah.
But
the theory is it's going to take command points to bring things back. It's going to cost command points.
I think it'll depend army to army. I think that might be one of the ones where it's so small that it won't.
Yeah.
But it's D3 wounds or wounds back, unless you kill a Stormcast, in which case it's 3.
Oh right.
Which,
so they're actually going for anti-Stormcast.
Yeah, which I like because again it sort of hints at this. They are
rivalry
coming
for souls.
Yeah, basically.
Nagash wants his souls back.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool actually.
Mm.
I haven't seen this data sheet.
No, I haven't
So,
yet. I'll have a look later.
Do we know what there's another one that's come out. You're gonna have to find another picture to put up. It's like a guy in a big metal helmet. He's carrying the great big locks, and do we know what that's all about?
No, but I do know the one you mean.
I'm
it
not
looks
sure
very much like the malign portent death character, actually.
Somewhat.
Yeah, very similar.
But I think on their community site they put up a lot more. Like a little bit of a breakdown between some of the.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I was like, I'm not going to read them rules because I'll probably sulk. So I'm going to go back to reading about my Seraphon and realising that I didn't know half the rules. So for a game I've never played before, so it turns out I didn't understand any of it. But
it can't have been that bad,
It's only 4 pages.
It's a Games Workshop game as well. You throw dice, you roll to hit, you roll to wound. Your opponent takes a save of some description.
Unless I guess it's some special.
Unless there's a special rule that ignores it. That really.
But at least
it's
it's
kind
written.
of shield.
It's written in every single thing. Each data sheet's exactly what I need, so it shouldn't be too hard to pick up. Got it. Never having to put out a battle report, and every 10 seconds there's just Paul in the background going, "Read your rules." Have you read your rules?
Right. Anyway,
so what are you excited about?
Literally talking about rules, just the new update to the rules. The fact with the new 2018 General's Handbook,
Age of Sigmar 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah. The fact that it's actually taking the whole idea of pointed games in a complete, making it worthwhile. It just makes it sound a lot better.
More. We play, you say, I'm bringing 2,000 points.
It's almost like they've listened to all the old fantasy players who said, when we played fantasy, we had this sort of structure.
The thing is as much as I know you do with your mates, you go, well, you give or take a bit. If you go a 2,000 point game, mate, I've got 2,050. Yeah, whatever, mate. Sling it on the table. It won't make a difference to us. We're not playing a tight competitive game.
Yeah.
We're
having a laugh.
Yeah, a few beers and some pizza sort of thing,
Ooh.
Good idea.
No beers tonight.
Yeah.
It's vodka and cokes. No beers tonight.
But, they needed that. I think they still needed that. AOS was a bit too wrong when it came out of just nothing. Play how you want. Play with everything. Play with nothing. Not quite, you were like, I still need structure. And 40k was good in that obviously they knew that they couldn't get rid of points. And power level were fine for cases of, we're just playing tonight, I can't be bothered to work out.
Yeah, we've all been there, we've all done it.
I've organised a game with someone else, oh no, something's come up, they can't arrive tonight.
Yeah.
I know, Daz, I'll grab you.
Yeah.
We'll, as we've done before, we'll roll a handful of dice. That's how many power we play.
Those are fun games.
That's a good laugh because
they really are fun games.
Unless of course you've got an army like mine where
you've got 5 models and go, can we take one? And I'm 1 power off another one.
Yeah. That's why I don't like it.
No,
and that's why you lot all bullied me into an Imperial Guard army. That's sort of started.
that you like?
I do, but I can't bother to paint it.
You never can be bothered to paint anything, really.
I paint my dinosaurs. I've been loving painting my dinosaurs.
For now,
That's why they're done. Nearly done.
you've spray painted them, but wait until you start doing the individual painting on the Saurus.
Oh, my Saurus Warriors are always just going to be McCrag Blue from a can. My dinosaurs are going to look nice. Remember we said this wasn't an update video?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means we're just not going to point the camera at them.
No, we're not going to point the camera, but we're just going to sit here and admire them.
I don't want to take long.
No.
So, what else? What else? I mean, there's the rules, the fact they're making more play.
There's the new magic update as well.
Oh, like
Cinematic magic.
Was the word they were
you
using.
can summon Ghastly,
It's coughing.
coughing, and some
Chompy teeth.
Chompy teeth. Electrified testicles.
the Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider. Yep.
Isn't there actually a Ghost Rider in 40k though? It's Doom.
The Doom Rider. No, that's a Slanesh.
The Slanesh badger.
Yeah, but you can have him as well. You know, you might as well be him.
Yeah, why not?
But no,
I'm a
it
little
looks
motorbike
good.
underneath.
Yeah, but no, in general, it all looks good. I think it's the fact that we are doing the Tale of some Alcoholic Warlords. It's the AOS is.
Well, you know how in the last video we went, oh, we're all going to get one. I'm going to make sure I buy the General's Handbook.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to wait a month or two now to buy
Yeah,
it.
no, definitely.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, we'll pick it up, and then I was like, oh, I'm skinned. Oh, wait, they're announcing a new one. Yeah, no, it's fine. Planned.
Well, yeah, I think now, I think it's probably safe for us to say let's not worry too much about getting some games in until the new edition comes out. Let's just get some pretty armies first.
Well, the actual core rules aren't changing.
Okay.
Those 4 pages.
Well,
are
I've
gonna
got
be those
somewhere
4 pages.
I found in my collection of random stuff I own, I have that cardboard fold-out.
Yeah, that's
one
right.
somewhere.
And those are still going to be the rules. The new handbook and the magic is all optional.
So it's like additional phases?
Yeah.
Like what they did in 7th Ed, where they went, oh, we're going to add a plane setup. The aeroplane.
Oh my lord, yeah, the
The
dog
flight-
fighting
the-
section.
Yeah, well, you could lose half your army before it came on the board.
Yeah, I know.
They've technically kind of done that with 8th as well. There are Sky fighting the rules.
Anyway, we don't talk about them.
I was going to say, they're in the rulebook, but I've never seen anyone use them, so.
I didn't even notice.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
that's it.
I didn't even know
they were there.
Yeah, because it has Cities of Death, it has the Fire from the Skies, whatever it is, and it has Planet Strike, sort of
I have seen
lightly
them. I do remember the
flicking
headings,
through it and
yeah.
going,
There's some pretty pictures.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
there. I'll ignore those.
Yeah.
Additional rules, if there's enough as there is. Don't want to learn anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
8
What?
pages.
Well,
That's enough.
there's more than enough. So what else? What else did we like?
New Necro stuff looks nice.
Yeah, I like the dude, big hammer, dog,
Yeah. Oh, I like the crocodile /
Staffy,
thing.
Crocostaffy.
Yeah, that one's good.
This is for House Goliath or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
so obviously not Warhammer Fest itself, but they, was it the Van Sars of.
Yeah,
They're not a
Van
sort of-
weapon.
I think they're just out now, aren't they? Van Sars are out now.
Yeah, but it was the weapon upgrade packs
Yeah.
that was on that.
Right.
I mean,
Cordor's been announced as the next one.
It is, and not sure I like the look of the picture yet because they've gone from having the big cloaks. We are definitely not members of a certain
Cults.
cult.
No.
But
to be fair, the
they now
original artwork for the other gangs when it came out, they looked like a version of that artwork. So I wouldn't worry about it too much.
but they look
They,
like
they haven't got
they
it
look
wrong
like
so far.
scabbies. They look like
They haven't got it wrong so far.
no, I know, but I'm just
It's
old school.
it's just a bit nervous.
it's close to home.
Alex from our club, he's a Necron player. He got quite excited about the fact that Forge World has made something other than a monolith.
Yeah.
Because we like there's something new and big coming for Necrons. A bigger monolith, and it wasn't. It was
You say bigger monolith. Games Workshop already released a bigger monolith before.
yeah, but
So
a
it'd be
bigger
a
monolith.
bigger obelisk. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's going to be even more unwieldy to play with.
Yeah, it's 4 foot square. So yeah, but it came out and it actually looks pretty cool.
It
and
really
it's
is
huge.
nice. It's great looking.
He was getting very excited. He was gushing about it on the group
Yeah.
chat, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
But as a model, looking at it as the model, it doesn't seem to have a pilot. which
wouldn't.
I don't know about your... Well, no, because a lot of the Necron stuff does have pilots. Like the command barges, I think the flyers, the Doomscythe and the Night Scythe do. The Triarch Stalkers, the little walkers.
I bet it's got a shard in it.
No, I don't think it's got a shard. I think it's a big robot they made to defend Tomb Worlds. Because there's
the crypt spiders and stuff.
Yes, the spiders and the wraiths. They're called Canoptech in the Necron stuff, and they are not Necrons themselves. They're
not Necrons. What do you call them? Necoteria?
Necroter, I think. Yeah, whatever. They're not Necrons themselves. They're things created by the Necrons to protect them while they were all sleeping.
Right.
So that's what I think it is. I think it's this big armoured guardian. Or it might not even have been a guardian. It might not be something that was made a long time ago to defend. It might be we're all waking up. What?
He was their gardener. And
he's just sort of... Yeah. They put some big gauze cannons on him and went, no, I think it might be that they're kind of progressing.
Gardener. Just going along and changing the flowers and all the tombstones.
Yeah, exactly. He was looking after them while they were asleep.
While in the crypts.
Yeah.
Was we have a big...
Trimming the hedges.
What do we have the big laser cannons for? Yeah, for trimming the head. Like,
really big
Making
ivy.
topiary. Those like, when they've got all the shaped bushes. Good bit of topiary.
All of them with Ceton shirt with her.
Yeah.
Oh, the slan with a big line through them. Sorry, not the slan. The old ones.
Old ones.
Which are nothing to do with each other.
But, as I say, it might be a unit that's, lore-wise, sort of coming out as this... The Necrons are preparing for war. And they've started making big toys again.
You mean considering the Forge Brain rules? Story.
Yeah.
That the Necrons are...
They're aware that...
They're gearing up for something big.
Well, they know that chaos is about now, because it's spread itself across the galaxy. Mm-hmm. So they're going, right, we tried stopping this a while ago, let's try and do it again.
And they're going to team up and bump fists with some Blood Angels and go and kill them all.
I don't think they will, because they don't like... as from Forgebane, they really don't like the Admech. Although they're both trying to do the same thing, they're both like, no, you're doing it wrong. You're an alien. You don't understand anything. And it's just like, there's a bit of a...
Cool.
Everything's a mess in 40k. It's my favourite. It's a brilliant mess, but it's just...
I was quite excited that the drop pods come back.
The Dreadnought drop pod.
Yeah, I was very disappointed when that went. Because it was a useful thing. It's back. And that's the only thing that excited me at Warhammer Fest. Nothing else.
Good news for Orc players. There was, a lot of people were saying, no, there wasn't any announcement for Orcs. Yes, there was. There's the Blood Bowl cheerleaders are back.
That's right, yep.
So, Orc
some nice
players...
new models for the Blood Bowls.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chaos team looks lovely. And it
I
was
think
the
I've got a
Dark
Blood Bowl
Elves.
team.
It was the Dark Elves wanted that
Yeah,
got released.
I think I've got a human team somewhere.
You do?
You do.
Good job these two know, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got
If you
a stable
remember,
one.
we were having a game and Posty actually kept telling you the rules.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh god, that sounds
It
great.
was very...
It's like, if you do this, and this, you'll win. No, I won't. Trust me. I wouldn't.
That was very, very bizarre. You do realise that if he's watched this video, he's just going to go, that's why you should listen to me.
Yeah. No, he's good. Shoulders.
Shoulders going.
That's why you listen to me more, yeah? Right, we've alienated everybody who doesn't come to the club, right?
Yeah,
Well,
sorry about
say- or basically, most of you are people who know Posty anyway, aren't they? So
Everyone knows Posty.
everyone knows at least a Posty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's actually a real person. I think he's like a construct of everyone's creative, like the human hive mind. We all made him.
Tyler Durden.
Yeah, kind of Tyler Durden relation.
Yeah, but don't forget Tyler Durden's supposed to be like the perfect bloke. He created Posty.
Definitely not. I'll have to put that photo up of his knees.
Let's talk about those. Oh, you two in the gym, getting hot and sweaty together. Working out to Darude Sandstorm or something. Right,
what next?
I don't think there's anything else.
There's nothing else.
No, I can't think of anything.
As a fan of
big stumpy robots,
there's nothing that would interest me.
No. Right, we'll end it there then. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, cheers.
Are you seriously not going to let me talk about Titanicus? Seriously, are we ending there, or can I talk about Titanicus?
Depends on how mean I'm
How
feeling.
long have we cut to black for now?
Come on, fade back in.
Okay.
Well, Titanicus is coming out.
Yeah, and now you know. Thanks, guys.
No! That's a challenge for you.
I can't do that.
Oh, not disappointed. So, what do we know about Titanicus then, other than it's not epic scale, which is what everyone was sort of thinking it was going to be.
Bigger.
Yeah,
bigger
I was
than
gonna say
Epic.
Slightly.
Well,
No,
Epic was
I say slightly. No, it is.
Epic was 2mm scale.
Yeah.
This is 6.
No.
Well, people have guesstimated about 6
Yeah.
mil.
Well, if you think about the original Titanicus plastic kits for they were about that.
Hang on a minute. If it's about 6 mil, does that mean I can get some sort of Napoleonic game and have loads of giant stumpy robots with it?
Yes.
Brilliant.
You can play Napoleonics, just be like, "There's my warlord."
They were that size. The new ones are this size, so
They're not that big. The warlord's the size of an armiger.
no, they're not. They're bigger than that.
Not much bigger.
They put the scale up, and it looks.
It's about the size of the Redemptor Dreadnought.
It definitely looks bigger than
It's
that.
the size. It's the same size box it's coming in.
Okay.
I'm just going by what somebody who was there and was getting very excited was sending me and talking to me about it, and it's about the size, a bit bigger, a little bit bigger, about the size.
I got told it was a bit. Anyway,
But it's not as big. People thought it was about the size of a normal knight, and it's not. It's smaller. But like, you see, I can't even get mine for comparison because I've got the Forge World basketball player knights.
You do.
So it's not as tall as one of them.
No, it's nowhere near as tall as that. I know that.
But the an Imperial Knight in Titanicus is about the size of a Stormcast.
Yeah.
So about the size of a what they call the.
It was the Blood Bowl Blitzer that they stood it next to, and it was identical size to that.
Yeah, and they're bigger than a normal guy for some reason because Games Workshop can't figure out their scaling system.
Well, I mean, Blood Bowl's kind of one of those things where a bit bigger, wasn't it?
Well, because they're wearing big armour and a big hat.
And, you know, you've only got a few models, might as well have them be a bit
Chunkier and
Yeah.
So what we know is coming in like the sort of starter set is a few bits of scenery.
Yep.
2 warlords and 6.
I thought it was the Reaver as well.
Not in the starter set.
Okay.
The starter set is 2 warlords and 6 knights. It's enough to have the force. But then what's coming out separately as well is warlords, reavers, warhounds. So you get warhounds.
Warhounds as well.
Yeah, there's a warhound. I don't think the warhound has been photographed yet.
No, I've not seen any pictures.
But I think it is coming to Warhammer.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's going to be the Mars pattern because it fits the look of them a bit better
definitely.
than the Jackal class.
Yeah.
There was the Jackal, there's something else in the Mars.
Lucifer.
There's Lucius is quite a common... Lucius.
I don't know.
That full Latin name.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
One of which for a Latin name. It's all of them.
Yeah, but we know there what's coming out. It's quite strange because the fact it seems to be a Forge World product.
But they're all in plastic.
But they're plastic, but we're obviously assuming that the upgrades are all going to be resin and the newer kits are going to be resin. And somebody...
They've done them the way they've done the Necromunda and Blood Bowl plastic starter kits and then resin upgrades.
Yeah, it's also, the other thing is worth pointing out is it's set in the Horus Heresy.
Yeah, it's 30k.
Yeah. It's 30k, which basically, the reason being is that there was more Titans.
I was going to say, you've got an excuse for them to be fighting each other more. I think in the Imperium they're probably a bit too valuable to... I mean, it's not uncommon, but if you were to have them as Imperium ones, they'd be less likely because they are so valuable.
Yeah.
Somebody would step in and just go, seriously, you cannot waste this.
I think both sides that were going, right, we're going to get... You know, you've got two Titans facing up against each other. Both sides would be like, these are a bit expensive to remake, lads. Whatever argument we're having, we'd rather not.
Shall we settle it with rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
You know, as gentlemen, we think that
You can't afford the effects, Bill.
it's a waste of effort.
Yeah.
These are too pretty to be wasting fighting on.
So it's set in the Horus Heresy. Now apparently some Horus Heresy events, tournaments and stuff are planning on writing them in. So you'll play, what's the one that's set in corridors?
Zone
Mortalis.
You'll play Zone Mortalis games, then you will scale it up and play your big 30k games, and then when it scales up again, the conflict gets bigger towards the end, you'll play it as Titanicus.
So are they planning on doing ground forces, tanks and troops?
No.
Not at all?
Well, from what we've understood, there is no plans to turn it to like Epic. It's not. It's going to strictly be the robots.
Titanicus. Okay.
Yeah, strictly going to be the robots, because if not, you're going to just end up with a slightly bigger Epic. And then that's not.
Wouldn't be an
Wouldn't
awful
be
thing.
an awful thing. It's just nice that they're leaving it as what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I think there'd be quite a lot of arguments as to, well, you've already not made this army, and you've not got these, and then, well, these models haven't been made yet, and I think it'd be.
I just wondered.
Yeah, so that's the impression. But the scenery looks gorgeous.
Does the multi-parts
Yeah,
and the boards themselves?
yeah. It looks. I think it's going to be a really nice thing. My only concern is, like Club did, where we went, oh, Necro's out, let's all play some Necro. And afterwards we went, let's go back to our normal games. Yeah. I think it's going to do the same in our club. I think it will probably do the same in a lot of other clubs. It's going to end up being a back burner. I'm planning on getting one.
Eventually.
I'm planning on getting a set eventually. I'm going to basically wait for a mate of somebody or somebody to get it, and I'm going to give it a go. But I plan on getting it as a painting exercise. So I'm going to make a
dry brushing exercise.
No, not a dry brushing exercise. Basically, because I've got enough to do different houses, I can, I've told you before, I've got my own law for what I want to do with my households. I can just sort of expand it.
What were they doing back then?
What were they doing back then? Probably all getting along.
Yeah.
Because obviously my fluff, half the house fell to chaos, half of it didn't. So that's probably when the rift actually happened. That would actually make sense that it happened during the horror series, I suppose.
Yeah, that'd be a good
so I can do that and paint up what the household originally looked like before I changed its colours, and so it's a painting exercise. That's why I want it, and I can't afford a warlord to experiment on. So I might as well paint one this big rather than this big. Because how much is a warlord?
It's about $2 and a bit grand, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say depending on what.
So by the time he's paid £2,000, which the only thing I've ever paid more than £2,000 for was either my house or a car. I've never spent £2,000 on anything. So I'm not paying that for something that just to sort of go, I'll see how it turns out.
Okay, think about what you've just said, and inside you're going, yes, I will.
Oh no,
it's definitely a big scratch card payout, is what Matt's trying to say.
Yeah.
Well, I would, if I've already practiced, backtrack. If I've already practiced all my different household paint schemes on small, but slightly more affordable ones, that means that when my big lottery win comes in, I could tell Paul how I want it painting.
Are you getting me? Well, I was going to say, because Daz will build it. I'll airbrush the base colours and you'll finish it up, right?
Probably, yeah.
And because it was all my idea, I'll tell you why I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a conversation we were having earlier about our differing painting styles. It's like, you go for quite good edge highlighting.
I go for quite chunky. I wouldn't say lazy and fast, but that's how it feels at times. But I don't mind ignoring a bit of too fine a detail. Going for the broader strokes. The models. I want it on the table. I don't.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm a very old school.
You paint quite old school.
I do paint old school. Daz paints quick and dirty, a lot of dry brushing washes. And you just paint with hatred, don't you?
Mainly, no. My real thing is I like painting vehicles. So I'm all about. I love doing the weathering, the chipping, and markings. And
how do you chip dinosaurs?
That's my problem. Whereas dinosaurs, they've sort of been dry brushed, but you can have a bit of fun because of the scales.
You can do patterns.
So it's patterns, and you can do
a bit of dark spots, light spots. Doesn't really matter. It's a natural.
You can sort of. Yeah, you can just go for it, and you'll end up. It won't be wrong. And the reason I like doing nights is I like doing all the heraldry.
Heraldry.
Yeah, doing it all and making them all slightly different and stuff like that. Because there's nothing I hate more than painting the same thing 10 times, 20 times.
Yeah.
That's why I generally try to avoid anything with lots of rank and file. But I've somehow ended up with the highest model count Age of Sigmar army.
Out of all of us,
Yeah, so I will finish them. I'm determined to just sort of, because Darren said it doesn't matter which one you do, they're only going to stay grey anyway. So that's why I'm determined to finish them.
No, definitely. And they will look good. The way they're looking is really nice.
We're not showing you that, though.
No! You will see that in a coming update.
Do you remember when we said this is nothing to do with it and it's all about our thoughts with Warhammer Fest, and we keep just going back to talking about, oh my god, Matt's actually painted something.
That should have actually been at Warhammer Fest.
Yeah.
A slide. Matt's painting.
I like the idea that Duncan was telling everyone. Everyone come up for a photo. Duncan would be like, "Matt, Matt has painted something,"
Well,
and they'd all be like, "Whoa, who's Matt?"
Actually, with a brush.
Yeah, that is the big thing.
Well, yeah, because heraldry is mainly done with spray paints, and then you do some bit of colour here and there, and you call it a day.
Yeah.
I really should invest in an airbrush.
I got
Does
one.
anyone want to come forward and volunteer to buy me an airbrush?
No.
Okay, not you guys. I'm not out there.
Oh, okay.
To buy me an airbrush and
No.
then teach me how it works. The answer's still no. Loads of people have sat there going, no. Loads. Loads of people.
They're great for. To be honest, I use them for base coating, and you can get some nice effects.
I use them for base coating.
But that's about it. I wouldn't bother.
But I see. I know a couple of people who are shit hot with an airbrush and can do some insanely good things with them. But their airbrushes they're not 40 quid ones off Amazon.
No, they're
really...
the big 200 and 300 quid badges and.
Yeah, but that's just for that little bit, and then they've got a really expensive compressor and these all.
Yeah.
And moisture traps and.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the people I know does watch our videos, and he'd be sat there going, "It's not that expensive, and worth it in the long run." And basically,
Yeah, it is. It probably is.
telling me that I'm just a philistine.
I think
he's one of these those who I can actually paint eyes in with an airbrush.
He is, and I don't know how he does that.
No.
Yeah, he painted a Space Wolf army without a brush.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not true. He did the weathering powders with a brush.
Yeah.
Just did the actual painting with an airbrush. That makes you sick.
Yeah, it was very good army in about a week.
Yeah. So I'm going to stop feeling jealous. Is there anything else we missed about what happened at Warhammer Fest that's worth talking about? That actually, it's not just doing a review of Warhammer Fest. There was a sister battle. Everyone's seen a sister battle.
It, yeah.
it wasn't even the model. It was just a 3D
It was a render.
Which, they're not far off.
Big Chaos Dragon.
Oh yeah, I guess that's relevant to me
It's a corn dragon.
It's supposed to be huge.
Yeah, but
It's
I'm
supposed
not.
to be the biggest monster they've made, apparently.
I'm personally not feeling it. It doesn't feel cornate enough to me, if you know what I mean.
I think the big problem is there's been one photo.
I guess.
A dragon is something that I think you need to. But you know when they always do the 3D, not 3D, but the sort of like the 360. When that comes out, I'm gonna probably.
The dude on top just doesn't look like out either. He's not a big.
But it's a big model.
Yeah. There's no close-ups of the guy yet, so it might look nicer.
Well, the ones that you sort of get, he's just a shirtless dude in some trousers, so he looks like a blood reaver or something like that,
Or the average bloke in York when the temperature goes above 19 degrees.
Yeah.
Can I still walking a staffy down Acombe High Street?
You do know good at jumps now, don't you, for that?
Yeah.
I think that's about it then, really, isn't it?
End of the day, Matt's going to get jumped.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, I always round it off. Darren did it last time, so you have to round it off.
See you later, guys.
Don't forget to tell people to subscribe.
Oh no, if you don't tell people to like, subscribe, tell their nans.
Sign up for Patreon.
Do that. I don't think we even is.
I don't think we've got a Patreon.
And subbable as well, because that's the rival site. We might as well get
both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Or just send a check in the post. Cash.
Bye. Do what they said. Cheers.
Cheers.